news segment, Rebel News. Hi and welcome. I'm going to give it a couple minutes for people to get in here. We have got some stories today. And for those of you that are watching this in post replay, if you would like to be here live for the live stream, we are live every evening, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will sit back and we will discuss the top 5 news stories that affect you each and every night. So I want to say hi and welcome to those that are here. What's up, Occult? Nice to see you. Okay, what's up, Beth? Nice to see you. All right. Yeah, I know that my ticker doesn't really actually update very well, so I don't actually know how many people are in here without an actual delay. But it is. I'm coming to you from my Rebel Palace in Concho, Arizona. Hi and welcome, Rebels. What do you think? I started thinking. I was like, at first I started calling it a Hobo Palace, but I'm like, nah, we'll call it a Rebel Palace. So I hope you guys have got some got a smile on your face. So tonight, what we're going to be talking about is the headline is tariff chaos fuels dollar volatility. Okay, some key facts is that raise the effective rate. Okay, I just went and I did my own research without really. Yes, Rebel HQ. That's good. I went and I researched it. Here's the bottom line. You and we go to the store and it's how much money do I make, and can what I make cover the increased cost of everything. We don't understand inflation. We don't understand how the dollar works. We don't understand any of that. We hear, oh, inflation is caused by too many dollars chasing too few goods. But is that true? Not necessarily. It's not really true at all. If you really want to understand inflation, which I really dove deep into understanding what inflation is today, inflation works in a couple of ways, and this is how the tariffs are affecting it. When you okay, so the simplest way to put it is this: you decide you want to buy a trinket for $1. Well, China is selling it for $1, or it converts to $1 American, right? So therefore, that conversion comes in, and you send them that dollar, and then they send you that product. Well, now they have an American dollar, but they're in China, which is the yuan. Well, they can't spend $1 against the yuan unless they take it to a bank and they convert it. If they take it to a bank and they convert it, what happens is it goes into their currency, and therefore it goes up onto the international exchange. If too many people take their dollars that we send them and exchange it for their local currency, what that does is that creates it creates this big old balloon effect within the exchange rate. So that's one way that inflation happens, is that they, instead of keeping our dollars and holding on to them, what they're doing is they're just putting it in their local currency. That is a sign that either one, they're hurting financially, or two, it means that it means that they don't have faith in the dollar. So we keep hearing about how the world is de-dollarizing America. Now, another thing that plays into the overall factor of inflation is demand at home. Okay, because when Trump does his tariffs, that means that there's less demand going out and all the demand is at home. So therefore, that inadvertently gives an artificial increase to the dollar value, because now you have the rest of the world holding dollars, and then if they want to do business in here, they have to have more dollars because they have to pay these high tariffs. Okay, so these tariffs actually strengthen the US dollar, not necessarily by giving it solidarity, like paying down our national debt, but by creating an artificial demand through an excessive tax. Okay, so the dollar's been going up and down like a roller coaster for the last couple of months, and this is why. Now, where this all gets hairy with inflation and with the dollar and with everything like that, where this all gets hairy is, okay, so normally what happens is we send that dollar over to China. That Chinese guy says, well, you know what, my currency is really not that valuable. If I buy a US Treasury bond, then my, not only will my value hold, but I'll also get an interest rate on top of it. So therefore it becomes attractive. So instead of going to their bank and exchanging it, they put it back into our treasury market, which therefore gives our government this uncontrollable, or this blank check for our budget, because we're sending dollars over there to buy products, and instead of them exchanging it, putting it on the international market to actually drive down the value of our dollar, they reinvest it back in, because they're getting an interest rate, and that interest rate, or that money that they're putting into treasuries, is now money that's being borrowed by the federal government to subjugate them to begin with. Do you get this toxic circle that goes on? Now, what's happening now, and part of why we will start to see inflation, is that as we decouple, now what'll happen is, instead of these people buying treasuries, this is why you're seeing the bond market go up. The bond market is a leading indicator of what's really going on, because that's one of the few things that cannot be manipulated, because they put it out at, let's say, 5%. Well, nobody wants to buy it, but they put it out at 5.5%. Now all of a sudden they've got some interest. They put it out at 5.75%. Now they've got more interest. They put it out at 6%. Now they've sold out. So now the bond market has set the price at 6%. It's based upon demand. Okay, so when demand for our bonds goes down, we're no longer sending our dollars overseas. They're now being exchanged, putting on the international market, and coming back home. This is why we're seeing inflation. This is the negative, the ugly duckling in the room that is showing us what is going on with our dollar. Okay, so when the reason why this is important to know is because when you're looking at your politicians, I'll tell you a quick story about when I had my janitorial business. At first, I was like, man, I'm just worried about doing my business. Somebody calls me and says, hey, we'll market you online. We'll do good. And this is our price. I'm like, that's a decent price. And then I'm like, well, I'm not getting a return on my investment. Nobody's telling me that they're getting me from online. What's going on? And so what I ended up having to do was to educate myself on SEO. So I knew who the hustlers were and who the people were that did were going to do good business. And because of that, I was able to find a company that would market my business online and do my SEO, build my web pages, do all that for me for a nominal fee. But because I knew what to look for, and I knew how to understand what was going on, I was able to make an informed decision versus keep throwing good money after bad. Okay, so understanding this is that same thing as me understanding SEO. Not that I want to do it, not that I'm really great at it or anything else like that, but I had to understand it enough so that I could actually make an informed decision. So when you go to the polls and you start looking at electing your elected officials, you have a more informed understanding of what's going on, and you can sit there and go, okay, well, what is this guy's stance on monetary policy? Is he somebody that has the whole intention of wanting to pay off our debt? Because if we get decoupled, if we don't pay off our debt, we're toast. Okay, we are toast as a nation. That is the overall. You can't change the facts. It doesn't matter. We are, you stick a fork in us, we're done. Okay, so this is why it's important that if we're not actually paying off our debt, but we're reducing our actual deficit, reducing our trade deficit, bringing manufacturing back home, this is the only thing that's necessarily going to save the dollar. So what Trump is doing is ideologically correct. Okay, his intent and his ideology is in the, or his heart is in the right place, but doesn't mean that it's going to be successful, doesn't mean that it's going to be right, doesn't mean that things aren't going to pop off. No, this is why you heard from him during the election. Hey, things are going to be a little rough, be careful. Okay, so this is something that you as an individual should definitely consider as you see things play out. But we may have in order to fix it, it was so far gone that we have to destroy it and start it all over. What's up, DFH? All right. So I want to know, what do you guys think? What more information do you want to know? Because this is when we're hearing the dollar go up and the dollar go down and all this other stuff. And do you have a better understanding? And what is it you would like to know more of so that you can, make more informed decisions? Because that's just the basic mechanics of how not only trade works, but currency works on the international market. It's more about demand than it is about value. And, in people say that the dollar is not backed by anything. After what I learned today, I would say, yes, it is backed by something. It's backed by demand. We have the most popular currency out there. Everybody wants our currency because it's secure, it's safe, it's stable. okay, until recently. But everybody wants our currency. So therefore we have the highest demand. So therefore, not only does that make us the world reserve currency, but that also gives us the ability to have a shiny turd in the bowl. Okay, so this is when it comes to this, I'd like to know though, what would you guys like to know before we move on to the next segment? So I'm gonna go through some of these questions. And guys, try and put your questions to me in all caps. It's much easier because I know a lot of side conversations were going on. Because like last night, somebody was giving out a recipe. It was kind of cute. Okay, Rebel HQ. What's up, Matthew? Renminbi is the name of the currency, while yuan is the name of the primary unit. Yeah, I thought I had it right, but I kept seeing yuan, yuan, yuan. It's like I thought it was the because it used to be the digital renminbi. So what's up, Occult? What's up, Matthew? Okay, Tommy, what's up? Good evening. Okay, Beth. Okay, so we just give him the thumbs up. Hey, what's up, Carlos? Nice to see you. Don't want to be toast. Oh, come on, put a little bit of butter on it, put a little bit of jelly on it, and you taste great. So, um. All right, let's see. I think you explained it well. Most people need to hear it a couple of times. Well, you know what? This is going to be clipped out. So every morning, once I'm done with my morning live stream, I usually clip out the videos. It takes me a couple hours to do that. Yeah, you can just come back through, and if you need to watch it again, or you can come back and watch this again later on tonight. That's why it's our leading story with things and stuff like that. If not more truth. Okay, so yeah, we're getting into this is going to this is really going to send us down the bad. Okay, so our second headline tonight is food shortages spread to rural stores. This was an interesting thing as well. I learned a lot. I am learning so much more than I ever could have on my own. I mean, honestly, to have to have at least a chat bot to assist me in this, it's giving me such a deeper understanding um, of what it is that I am actually talking about, because these food shortages are something else, and it's not. See, a lot of people will, and there's a lot of misinformation out there. Now, this may be happening by coincidence and not necessarily by design, but by a natural cause and effect. And a lot of people will say, "Oh, it's the NWO, or it's the who are they the United Nations and their global agendas, and this is part about thinning out the population and um, putting us in mega cities." Now, that may be their agenda, that may be their policy, and they may be making policies that way, and that may be part of the cause of what's happening here. But I don't think it's like a full on, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do this, and we're going to do this. So the thing about policy is it has an effect, and it takes a long time for policy. Like the original climate change policy started back in the 60s under Nixon, because he allowed one of the green agenda people to get close to him. And that's where we started getting condoms and contraception in the schools and sex ed and stuff like that, because we didn't have that up until that point in time. But that part of that policy was designed to reduce the birth rate, because they saw a population explosion. And instead of telling you, hey, look, you got to be responsible about how many kids you create, because we have a low infant mortality, what they did is they chose to form policy. So on that credence, if you follow that line of thought that this is part of one of the agendas or the global agendas or whatever, there is a possibility behind it. But that's not really the route in which I'm taking. I'm looking at the cause and effect, because in reality, we can speculate all we want, but we're dealing with the effects of what's going on. And what's going on is that because of the tariffs, a lot of grain shipments have been stopped. A lot of ships that were coming here from China were turned around. Also, a lot of countries, and this started right around the time Biden came into office, if I'm correct, is that a lot of these countries started going, yeah, well, no, we're just going to start keeping our grain, and we're going to keep it for ourselves, and we're going to start stockpiling our grain and our food and our resources for ourselves, because we see something coming, and we don't want our people to starve because the whole world goes to war, because they understand that our supply chain, even our food supply chain, is globalized. It's harvested in Nebraska, sent to Vietnam, sent to Cambodia, then sent up to China, and then sent back here to be able to be able to make final products. Okay, and so it may originate here in the States, but it goes all over the world before it makes it right back here, right back to home where it originally started. Okay, and so with that happening, this is a smart move on other countries' parts to be able to hold their stuff in. But what is this doing? Now it's disrupting the global food supply chain. Yes, we here at home have quite a lot. Um, we don't have we here at home don't have a lot, but we do have enough to support us. I think with what we've got going on right now. But how is this all happening out in the rural areas? Because I go to the Family Dollar, and I've noticed that probably the last month or two that I've been going there. At first, it was like, oh yeah, our freezers are out. Okay, well the freezers are fixed, and then they're like, and instead of they filled them up one day, and then like the next week I come back and they're completely empty, and they're not even looking at restocking them. A lot of the rural stores are not getting food. That the shelves are bare. They're not getting as much inventory, and a lot of it has to do with cost of shipping and the logistics, which is why the whole why the United Nations did wanted these mega cities anyways. Because if you look at it from a business owner standpoint, if you can save costs on shipping, that's more money in your pocket, and so therefore there's your incentive is to keep it in the urban areas versus the rural areas, because it's closer to distribution, which means you have less fuel costs, less travel costs, and less all that costs. And that is actually what's fueling this reduction of food out in the rural areas. Now, as I was traveling the country, I noticed in the South when I first started in 22, you could get double rations of food. They would give out seconds quite often, and then after a while, it was that you would. Well, eventually, what it turned into is you got a half of a ration, and everybody was trying to go for it because there's such a drain on the supply chain, because anybody that has money is buying food, stocking up food, and stuff like that. So if you're in the rural areas, how do you survive this? It's real simple. You're already probably doing it. Have yourself a garden. And hey, one of the things that I've seen other people do around here is that they will buy the acre of land, and then they'll get it ready, and they'll get it plowed, and they'll start, and they'll put their fencing up and stuff like that, and then they just come out here for their garden, so they can come in and grab some stuff and so on and so forth. Now you do run the risk of people coming into your garden, but out here, because of how the community is tight knit, everybody else does their own thing. They're not going to come steal your food. They're going to keep an eye on your property and keep predators out. However, you can't always count on that, just for various reasons, but it's definitely something that you could possibly think about doing. And if you want some property in either Arizona, Colorado, or Arkansas, my friend Stephanie, over Open Air Properties, I'm going to be interviewing her on Tuesday morning. And it's going to be over here on the public side, but I'm going to be interviewing her Tuesday morning. And if you have any questions that you want to ask about buying property, owner financing, how she picks her land, any of those different things, what it's like to go through a contract, because I'm bringing her on to answer your questions, because I've been getting a lot. All right. With that being said, I'm always going to open it up at the end of the segment for your questions, give you your comments. I see that we already got a couple. Let's see what we got here. I noticed. Okay. I'm not scared. What's up, Raj? Okay. Okay. It's a okay. I don't see shortages yet. Some are saying they may start to hit in the summer as existing stocks deplete. Yes, essentially, that's why the Fed is waiting until July to do anything about interest rates, because both countries stocked up on stuff anticipating this, and they all have a 90-day supply hoping somebody's going to do it. But I think Trump was the one that capitulated. He'll never admit it, though. I noticed Amazon is going up on prices, and some things are just unavailable. I haven't seen that yet, but I got my food right at the beginning of the month before a lot of that stuff went up. And here's another thing: if you're in a rural area and you got a post office, Amazon, you can buy. I buy freeze dried food. I did a live stream on it. Go look through my live stream library. I did it probably about a week or two ago, where I did my because I have, was it pancake mix, scrambled eggs, chili. Uh, I've got chicken Alfredo, chicken casserole, beef stroganoff. I got powdered milk. I got all that stuff, and I buy it off of Amazon, and I have it shipped to me because it's much easier. I don't have a refrigeration, and it's much easier for me to mix something with water, put it on a burner, and then just move forward. Okay, so if you're trying to, if you're because I'm noticing that it saved me a lot more money. I will make it through the whole month without having to dig into cash like I did last month. Working on the skill of sorting out what news I watch. It's so much geared to invoke manic or something. 85% of what people worry about never ever come to pass. Understood. So Beth, what is it, considering you're figuring out what to do, it seems like you like what's here. Is it that, do you see that I'm giving you a problem solution? Is that what it is that's drawing you here and getting you to a point where you want the information? So exactly what time Tuesday morning? Same bat time, same bat channel. It'll be 11 a.m. Eastern. We're gonna be where it's all gonna be the same. She's just gonna be like a little fifth. Well, she might even be a whole session guest. Okay, so I mean, this is what's going on. That is the second headline story, and then ooh ooh ooh. Okay, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. Yes. Okay, so here's story number 3. This one threw me for a loop. Okay, because this one and another story are going to be kind of intertwined a little bit, but they're both important. Okay. So AI deepfake laws falter, scams surge. That's the headline. Okay. So New Jersey, April 2nd. So New Jersey's actually starting to set the standard for what the laws are for deepfakes and stuff like that. But for a lot of people, if you're over on Patreon, whether you're a free member or you're a paid member, I put a bulletin there of not only what's going on with the deep fakes and kind of what to watch out for. I put in there some things where it will help you decipher of, are you watching something artificial or not? How do you keep from getting scammed? Because what's happening now is that we they were tracking like a year ago. They were tracking like 150 criminal agencies or criminal organizations who were also intertwined with, because I mean, some of these states, it's their whole business to scam Americans. Like, that's what their government does, and that's how their government makes money, is to scam Americans. I think this is absolutely weird. Okay, but they do it. And it's all happening over in like Pakistan, Middle East, Persia, those type of places. That's where they do things like that. And we have a lot of people are having, instead of them calling up and saying, I've got your daughter, give me this much money, what they're doing is calling up with a deep fake voice and saying, hi mom, I'm in trouble, I need help, can you send me da 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 da, and then it sends you over to and then it tries to get money from you. There are certain things that these guys do, like they need you to act quick. They have you do some off wall link. There's some things that are off that they have you do. But the most important thing to watch out for, because this is probably the most common thing they do, is they have a sense of urgency. I need the money. I need it now. I need it now. I need it now. I need it now. Give it to me. Gimme, 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 gimme. And they're gonna keep playing on the fact, because even on like Facebook, I get them all the time. It's a picture of a pretty lady. Hi, how are you? It's like, yeah, oh God, here we go. I'm probably talking to some dude in Bangladesh. How's it going? And I like to play with them a little bit, have a little bit of fun. Because I know it's some dude in a basement in Bangladesh or something. I don't know. But this is something that is being very that is starting to catch a lot of older people, because they're not used to the technology. It's just now being introduced, so a lot of people are getting harmed by it. But the thing is New Jersey is kind of starting to set the laws. There are no laws against it. There's over 3,000 actors between China, Russia, and the rest of the world. Some are state sponsored, some are criminal organizations. And they went from like 150 of them to up to over 3,000 in just a matter of a year. That's a big jump, because they're finding out how easy it is, how lucrative it is, and stuff like that. Remember when the phishing scams and stuff like that? People still get caught by them every single day, even though we warn and we warn and we warn and we warn. These guys are really good. And the thing is they can't make it exactly like the brand that, like, if they're saying, oh yeah, send Coca-Cola $20 and you get a coupon for a year's worth of Coca-Cola or something like that, and then they make it look like the Coca-Cola website. Well, there's going to be some stuff off. Some things you might want to do is, if they send you to a website, one, kind of look at it, but two, go to the official website and see if it, because you don't know what's off, because what they can do is they can do mirrors, they can do redirects. There's all kinds of different things, that you can do. So this is something that you as an individual should probably be thoughtful of. It's something that you should definitely be on the lookout for. If you would like my little guide, come on over to Patreon, become a free member. If you want to sponsor the channel and get behind the scenes uncensored content, you're going to have to become a free member. So yeah, that's true, Tommy. So anyways, guys, do you guys have any questions about this? I know, Beth, you probably saw it over there. Joanna probably did too. Laughing at Tuck. Not Harbor Freight. Oh, okay. Grace Harbor Freight might go under unless those tariff levels. Well, yeah, because everything's imported from China. That's the problem. Okay, exactly. Okay. Finally, okay. Looking forward to seeing that. Okay. There is speculation that Harbor Freight has halted some goods. Everybody's having to halt goods. I mean, they put it all in warehouses and stuff like that, but China's fighting back. That's the thing, is China isn't taking this laying down, because normally what happens is we just keep whacking and whacking and whacking and they don't do anything. Well, China's like, no, 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 we're going to fight back. We're going to throw some punches right back at you. And again, they're both at the table, but I think Trump was forced to the table because of the amount of destruction it's going to do on our country, and the fact that, dude, it's kind of like this. We've been around for 5,000 years. We were here before you, and we'll be here after you. So, and China's taking taking that line of view. Okay, so this one, okay, I know I'm giving you my age saying that, but exactly what's going on trying to fix this crap? Um, the thing is, to fix which crap though. There's so much crap being flung around. I mean, it's all hitting the wall. In business school, they were warned not to become too dependent on one supplier or customer. Well, I mean, I didn't have to go to business school to learn that one. Yeah, that's a scary thing when you have a client that's like 60% of your total revenue, and then you kind of suddenly have that thought go through the back of your head of, oh crap, what happens if these guys go away? Oh, I don't want to be caught with my pants down. I better start hustling. You know, start getting some clients and stuff like that. NAFTA, well, they did. They fixed it under the USMCA, but the problem with the USMCA is that allowed China to go put factories in Mexico, put Chinese workers in Mexico, and then take advantage of the USMCA. So that's the reason why Mexico is getting the tariffs on it, is because of the loophole in the USMCA. But it's not Mexico's fault. I mean, really, it's the person who wrote the damn contract. They're the ones that should be held responsible. Everybody agreed to it, thought it was great, didn't see any of the loopholes because they were just, it's probably about that thick, So I mean, it is what it is. Okay, so story number 4 for tonight is Doge's AI surveillance expands. At first, I was thinking, oh God, because here's the thing. The people that voted for Joe Biden are the ones that are writing the program for all this AI software. So, sometimes it might be a little biased and slanted. I'm thinking, oh crap, I'm getting one of these biased and slanted stories. But I went in and I looked at it and I'm like, okay, this ain't as biased and slanted as I thought it was. Because there's viable arguments being made. And there's something that's happening here, and if I wasn't digging as deep as I was, I don't think I would have come to this full-on conclusion. Now, I think somebody else may have already come to this conclusion, and she's been on a lot of other places. But this was something that I came to on my own with my own hypothesis. Okay, so Doge is getting in. It has God mode to all documents. That means it has access, and they are digitizing every single record of every single American, not just government employees, every single American. because the Social Security Administration is every single American. So therefore, Grok, XAI, and so on and so forth. He's doing this for free. Yeah, he may be doing this for free, but he probably gets to keep the knowledge from that, all that data, because that is going to be his end. And we're going to talk about that in a second, because I think that as much as of a Elon Musk fan as I am, I think that something dirty might be going on. This is just my thoughts. Okay, this is my opinion. I cannot 100% prove it, but with the facts that are out there, eh, it looks pretty suspicious. Or as the younger generation says, what is it? It looks a little sus. Okay. I'm not that type of guy though, but anyways, uh, so what is it? What is it that I'm coming to the conclusion of? And I will start with the end and then come to the conclusion, and then tell you how I got there. So here's my hypothesis. Here's my thoughts on kind of what happened. Is when Biden came in 2020, Elon Musk, yes, he had an X account, or he had a Twitter account at the time. And yes, he did nonchalantly in interviews kind of endorse Biden, said he voted for Biden, all this other stuff. But as soon as Biden, inflation, and all this other stuff, we had the whole woke agenda. You started seeing a rogue government, all these different things. And what ends up happening is that is that um, the rogue organizations, is that he gets upset. But I think he sees something that nobody else sees, because the thing is Twitter's left leaning, Facebook is left leaning, all these social media platforms are left leaning, and so therefore Twitter's true power was never really seen. Okay, as soon as Elon Musk took it over, he changed the algorithm. You have Anonymous that is coming out and saying that Elon Musk, using artificial intelligence, using XAI and his X platform, manipulated the results of the 2024 election, because 8% of the voters switched over to Trump, which was a significant number, so on and so forth. What did he really do? What he did is he did the same thing to the liberals that was happening to the conservatives. And now, because that happened, now we got Donald Trump. Okay. But the thing is, we're finding out exactly how powerful Twitter is. So I think Elon Musk bought Twitter knowing that full well, came in there, gutted the woke agenda, and said, we need to get this thing back on track. I think that he may have made a deal with Trump, in the side, and this is something that nobody can prove, but look at it. He's doing this, he's doing it for free, and look at what he's getting access to, and look at what he does for a company. And you're gonna start asking some questions. Okay, you're just gonna start asking some questions. Like, I'm happy to get rid of all the woke liberals and all the crazy nut jobs and stuff like that. I wish we could just put them on a boat and send them to Africa or something. Let them see what reality really looks like. But it's not gonna happen. Okay, so I'm trying to make sure I collect my thoughts, because I don't have training wheels on tonight. So the thing is, uh, with with him making that, possibly making that deal with Donald Trump, he comes in and offers a great idea. What we'll do is we'll use AI to make the government more efficient, cut costs. Any businessman's going to take that on, because he's always looking for ways to cut costs, make the government more efficient. And he sits there and thinks about it and says, oh, this will make me the greatest president in the world. Yes, I'll do it. Okay, not understanding the full details, because he's generally the idea man. If you pitch him an idea, he says, go, okay, my people will take care of it. And he just trusts them that they will handle it for him, because he gave them the direction. You just have to pitch the dream and the idea. And so in pitching that, he took his platform and he to ensure his place, because there's even a video out there that talks about how Elon Musk has never left Donald Trump's side, and anytime one of the billionaires come up next to him, he tries to push him out. Now, I don't know if that is propaganda or not. I have no idea. I cannot verify it, but it was an interesting story. Okay, but what I am saying is that, with Elon Musk bringing in, and so they have an artificial intelligence called GSAI, I. So GSA in all capitals with I in a lowercase. Okay. GSAI. Okay. And so that is what is managing all the government employees. And what they're saying is that it's doing profile assessments on these people, looking at their emails, seeing if they have any anti-Trump and stuff like this. And this is where it starts coming into the what is it, Project 2025. And for me, I thought it was a conspiracy until I started really looking into it, because it's like, yeah, Project 2025, yeah, no, whatever, da 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 da. But I think that the wrong people, in the same way that you attract certain predators to schools, I think Donald Trump attracts certain predators to him. Okay, and so as the conservative party, they thought, oh wow, we can get our pipe dream, not realizing the consequences of their actions and how this is all going to go, because the people are at the top are like are dictators, in the sense that they think that they're the smartest men in the room, and since they can't legally force you, they're going to figure out other ways to force you to do what it is that they want you to do, because this is how they think that you should live. Okay, and this is something that's going to happen. So you have this art of, you have this GSAI, and they are the stories are that people are being fired because they are not loyalists. This Project 2025 is all about creating loyalty to the party. Okay, does that not sound a little Nazi-ish? I mean, just a little bit. Like, they have to be, if they're not loyal to Trump, then they have to go. And that is un-American. And that is something that, because the extreme right wing got a hold of Donald Trump, got this to happen. Because I don't think that this is appropriate. You should definitely look into it. I don't think it's all bad, but I think that the people that are applying it are using the loopholes of, like, oh yeah, if you don't support Trump, if you don't kiss, it's just like people who go around and say that you're racist because you don't agree with them. Now all of a sudden it's happening on the other round. It's like, oh well, you must be a communist, and so therefore we're going to be having AI do something. What was it? McCarthyism. But it's going to be AI McCarthyism. And if you say the wrong thing or go against the wrong party, because is it loyalty to the president? Is it loyalty to the party? Or is it loyalty to the country? Because they're kind of vague in that. And so therefore that leaves it open to interpretation. That's the one thing that I saw that really concerned me out of everything that I read, which for a 900-page document, it's not bad. Okay. There's always going to be, and as my bishop once told me, the devil will tell you 9 truths to get you to believe the 10th lie. And so they will put a lot of good stuff in so that they can circumvent with something that's going to be extremely toxic. And if you're an American, and especially you love your country, you're essentially, this is, in some ways, there are parts of this that are going to completely strip away who the very things that you thought it was there to protect. Okay. And this is really playing into the next one, which is, we are having global freedom crackdowns, which is it's censorship, and AI is playing a big part in it. And hey, what's up, Bucknut? Just join, going back to the start to listen to it 3 times. See you in the present soon. All right, see you in a minute, Bucknut. All right, but it's just it is what it is. Okay, but here's the thing with this, not only with Project 2025, but with Elon Musk allowing his AI to be trained on public data that isn't necessarily there for that we can't be that's supposed to be private. And I think that when they say you'll own nothing and you'll be happy, I think that's one thing. But on the other hand, you will own something, and that is your personal data, your personal information. That is your private property, in the same way it is an extension of your body. And there is probably going to be Supreme Court battles over this, because that right now, if they can there is such a data deficiency for AI to be able to continue to train on, to learn, and to, they just need more and more and more data. And now they're going to ways, because the OpenAI got accused of using of taking copyrighted material and stealing it to train people, and they're like, oh yeah, well, we got to do it. And now what Elon Musk ups the ante. Oh well, you took copyrighted data. I'm going to go take over all the information from the Social Security Administration. Okay, and then as a rebel, you may get caught up in this because of a lot of the policies, because as they try and centralize the government, centralize control, centralize power, our ability to be able to conduct commerce and to conduct commerce privately, to be able to live privately, is going to go away, and it's going away very quickly. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it, because once AI has that data, it never goes away. You can't wipe it out. It's ingrained into its DNA, and you are screwed. So, mm. By the way, if you want one of these cups, it's in my shop. It's T Public. It's down in the description. Mm. Great thing to show your wife in the morning. Especially if it's that time of the month. Just sit there and go, because she's eyeing you and she's ready to take you out. Okay, so let's go back, see some comments. We're into the open section. For those of you that stayed this long, thank you for being here. For those of you that joined, the first couple of news segments I thought were probably the best ones. Usually we start off with the good shit and we kind of just slowly taper down. So, okay, let's see here. We've got a lot of side conversation. It's crazy here. Cool MacGyver character lived on. Okay, sus to us. Yes. Okay. Selbo a bit. Okay. Let's see here. Was high school having. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So it looks like I'm all caught up. Now I want coffee. Oh, I know. I've been out of coffee. It's like $10 for a thing of it now, and I'm like, I want coffee, but not that bad. Because like if I go get one of those boxes of like 6 for buck and a quarter, I'll be through that in a day and a half, because I'll just sit there and drink coffee all day. I love coffee. And then being able to have a cup of coffee in a kick-ass mug, at least something that makes a statement. So if you're old and pissed off, this is something you sit in front of your kids and your grandkids and you just go, as you're staring them down. Okay. The old Dixie, the old Dixie. You know what? There was there was there was a short. I was gonna do it, and I'm like, no, I better not do it, because it was talking about DEI, and I was gonna put Dixieland in the back. I don't think I did it. I may have, but I don't think I did. I was, because it was one of the songs on the short. I'm like, shit, Dixieland, that fit this perfect, you know. But yeah, definitely. Uh, but yeah, guys, man, I wasn't feeling well, so I took a nap. I went and laid down at 3 o'clock, and I woke up at 4:30. I'm still kind of feeling like I'm kind of down today, but I want to make sure that we get to things, because you hear that? Here, hold on. Oh, you stopped as soon as I caught you. Damn it. Yeah, Sam was snoring. I was going to put the mic next to her so you could hear dogs. This dog snores worse than some humans. I swear. Okay, so we've got a raffle going on, guys. I would like to invite you to come join my raffle. Yeah, he's talking about the supply chain and Family Dollar. I'm in the present with chat and the past with the stream. I love you, Bucknell. I'm glad to see you. All right. So we have a raffle going on. You took a nap? Yeah, dude, I have to. I mean, I have to. I'm finding that I'm sleeping probably about 10 hours a day now. Um, I think a lot of it is that my body's still fighting that infection. I've never gotten over it. It put it into submission to where my body could keep it down, but the extra sleep I need is just so that my body can keep. Yeah, because there's times in the day where like it's like my whole energy gets sucked out of me if I don't go lay down for at least 15 minutes and close my eyes. But that's probably the most I'll get. But it's been like for the last 2 months, it's been like that. It's been really, really oof. Yeah, it's like all of a sudden my eyes start burning and I feel like I'm dead to the world, like I've been up for 3 days and I just need to go lay down, you know? Um, but it is what it is. But anyways, we've got have you guys figured out a name for this raffle, this contest, or anything else like that? Because I could really use a way to introduce this without stepping all over myself. Because if you want to get in this raffle, because we do a drawing on the first of every month, so we have about 12 days left in this month, and so you might as well get a ticket because there are lots of people getting tickets. All right. So it's $10 a ticket in Super Chat, or if you get a membership over on Patreon, it is double tickets. So there's your incentive. You can either get one ticket, two tickets, or excuse me, one ticket, four tickets, or no, one ticket, two tickets, or four tickets. Okay, over there if you do it that way. Anyways, stop complicating it, Tuck. Anyways, take a deep breath. Um, those are the two ways that you can enter. Is either you get a membership or you do a super chat. If I know who you are, because I know I have some regulars that send me money through Cash App and PayPal and stuff like that. If I know who you are, I will definitely write your name down if you end up like sending something through my tip jar, which Jeremy posted and is also down in the description. Okay, so our first right now, the person with the most tickets is It's Just Me with 10, Matt King with 6, Rails with 4, Mitch with 1, and DJ Elf with 1. So we've got a total of 22 tickets out. Some of them were memberships, some of them were just straight up super chats. We need a troll or two to get the stream popping. Yeah, I know. Um, that worked for leading into promo. Okay, cool. But what are your prizes? First prize is you get a I'm going to be changing Sovereign Operator to Inner Circle as I change the things that are there. Like most of the stuff's going to stay the same. I'm just going to rearrange some stuff. But for the most part, you would get a free membership to my top tier, which is right now called Sovereign Operator, plus a free digital bundle. Second prize is an unreleased digital bundle, and third prize is as a free membership to Digital Homesteader for a month. That way you can come in, check it out, get all the cool stuff, all the bells and whistles, and da da da. This stuff is actually pretty cool. I do a lot more over on Patreon than I used to because I've got people over there that are being active. And just so you know, Bucknut, we've got another active one over there in chat if you want to be able to go back and forth with Beth because she's now over there. So apparently the only way you can get to chat is if you have the mobile app, and most of you guys are on your phone anyway. So I don't think it's a big issue for you guys to get the Patreon app. Then you can go in, do the chat, and even if I'm not the only creator that you watch, because I know a lot of creators are over there. If I'm not the only one that you watch, then you can kind of switch between them with one app. Okay, but those are the prizes. That's the entry, and those are the terms and conditions. Everybody is invited, friends and foes. So, but this weekend it started snowing earlier today. Yeah, I almost went out and took a picture of it, but I'm like, screw it, it's too damn cold. I don't want to go out there in the cold. But it was snowing earlier today. We've got rain clouds over us. Here, I'll show you a little bit. As you guys can see, look at those dark clouds. That's why it's not so bright in here. I mean, it's a little bit bright, but not that bright. It's because of reflection from there. Tuck, on this second of the month coming up, if you see a JE, sign up for $10 membership. Yes, yes, I know. On the second, okay, all right. And you will get and when you get signed up, you'll get 2 tickets for next month. And then that way you'll be one of our first ones in for the first month. Oh, we got a troll? Where's a troll? Troll, please, where's a troll? Oh, damn. Okay, so yeah, if you'd like to get in on this raffle, you know how to do it. Yeah, I thought we had a troll. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out some way because I want to keep the drama off of this channel. If and for you guys, because Jeremy's like been my moderator since the beginning. if you ever have any questions or if you don't know what to do, defer to him. He pretty much knows me inside and out, and he's really good at doing chat, because he knows how to let the trolls go. He knows how to play with the trolls. And honestly, Bucknut, you should be giving a class on how to be a moderator and deal with trolls, because you're a master at it. Okay. But yeah, follow his lead when he's in here. If you don't see him, just anybody that looks like they're starting drama, but watch it play out for a second. Don't just immediately like be knee jerk and stuff like that, because we want to keep the drama out of here, and we want to keep this as a positive environment where it's learning for the individuals, because you guys are type 1 if you learn something new every time you come to one of my videos or one of my live streams. Type 2 if you already knew everything I talked about to begin with. Wonder if I can time out a mod. Well, you are actually considered the managing mod, and everybody else is a standard mod, so I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. So, okay, so Edward Potter, nice to see you. Okay, 1-1. Okay, so everybody's learning something. Okay, so is it a positive learning environment when you got drama or you got no drama? Okay, so I mean, that's really where we're at. I want you guys to learn something from me. I don't want to just bring you the news. I want to bring you solutions. Damn it, I'm not to that point yet. I'll say 4. Mm. Ah. Managing mod can put a regular mod. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's good to know. So yeah, if any of y'all step out of line, Bucknuddle, yeah. Bucknuddle, yeah, deal with you. There's no learning situation. Oh fuck. Chris P was timed up by Jared for 60. Oh my god. Bucknut. What the hell? All right. At least it was 60 seconds. All right. Hey, I hope everybody's laughing, because Bucknut's just being funny. So there's no learning that does not contain some level of drama talk. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, I saw that. Oh shit. Oh my god. There goes Bucknut. Hi, Sam. Well, come on up here. Come on. I know you want to. Okay. Say hi to the camera. No, you're more interested in say hi. Hi. Say hi. Yes. What is it? You're trying to tell me you want something? You already got fed dinner, dog. Oh, you want some attention? You're cold. Okay, this is her when she gets cold, because she's coming up and leaning on me, telling me it's time to get warm. So I'm going to take her upstairs and get her under the blanket like my feral princess needs. Would you like to go get warm? Would you like to go get under the blanket? Yeah, I see that tail wagging. Let's go. All right, come on. Hold on a second, guys. Come on, Sam. Let's get you under the blanket. Get you all nice and warm. Come on. Come on, over here. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Stop it. Good night. No. Sam. Stop. Chill. Are you warm? Yes. Now, knock it off. Stay. Yes. Ah. Yeah, I learned out on trail when she gets cold. Look at her. Yeah, you're on camera. Now you got caught, huh, dog? Yeah, she just wants to be warm. Yeah, Sam is my feral princess for a reason. So, swapping spit. Oh, gross. Sam is looking good and healthy, Tuck. Please don't give her a cold. No, I don't got a cold. Samantha Marie, as our Joanna would say. Yes. You know why she says that is because Okay, I'm glad to see everybody's having fun. Okay, so the reason why she says that is because every time we would be on the phone, Sam would start acting out, and she'd hear me yell at Samantha Marie, and she thinks it's absolutely funny because like I don't use Sam's middle name unless I'm mad at her. Yeah, her ears just popped up as soon as she heard Marie. But yeah, that's why she says it all the time. Okay, so there's no wagging her tail. Oh yeah, she's wagging her tail, but she's under. Yeah, she's what she's seeing is her Angus burgers are running around, and she wants to go play with them, and it's too damn cold out. Um, Samantha Marie, and I'm not gonna give out my last name, but yeah, Samantha Marie is what I ended up calling her. My cousin's name is Samantha Marie. I ended up calling her Sam, and then one day I got mad at her, and it became Samantha Marie, and I'm like, oh well, I guess she's Samantha Marie now. Because I was so mad, because those of you that have children, you yell at your kids when you're mad. My mom used to call me by my first and middle name all the time. So, but that, yeah, when my mom would call my first and middle name, oh, I knew I was in trouble. So, um, you know what though? With this whole deep fake stuff going on, I am so glad that I really hide behind my alias. I think that is something that will be protective of me. Now, I kind of did it for protection to begin with, because like if I want to go out for a meal, I don't want people to know that I'm out for a meal. I want to go out for a meal in privacy if I ever do become famous, because you don't know if you're going to become famous. It just happens. And so you better be prepared for it in case it does happen, because I've already been out. When I was in Chattanooga, I got to meet one of my youngest fans. I think she was like a like 12 or 13-year-old little girl. And yeah, I guess apparently she watched my stuff for a very long time. And she would comment. I even took a picture with her. Uh, because her mom and her my daughter's under the impression that you're a YouTuber. I said, yeah, can you tell me what channel it is? And she says, the disc channel. I said, yep, that's me. You know, um, and so I got to take a picture with the little girl, and I got to meet her. But it was just a happenstance. And at that point in time, I had like 1,100 subscribers. 1,100 subscribers. Maybe, yeah. I was almost about to become demonetized because I'd made a wrong turn on my channel. Mm, mm. But so what do you guys got planned for the weekend? I'd love to know. Um, okay, up to that point. Okay. Samantha Marie. Okay. Okay, that's a dog's full name. I posted about the nomadic kit sale over there. Yes, I saw that. I think I asked a question, and I don't remember if I asked a question, but I saw that looked really, really neat. Both me and Beth both looked at it. I looked at it last night though, because I think or either that or early this morning. I don't remember much about it, but I do remember looking at it and going to the website and thinking, "Oh wow, this is neat. I should look into this a little bit more." Um, I'm like right now until I get just laying low as always. Tuck, my plans for the weekend is doing some painting or sketches. Ooh, are you going to sell those online, Occult? Are you going to like maybe even create a digital art? So like scan it in and then upload it maybe to an Etsy website that you create for free, and then have it and then just like put it out there for sale and tell all your friends and family about it, and post it on your social media and stuff like that. Hey, who knows, you might sell it for $5, but you may sell 200-300 of them. Something easy, something simple to do, and you can make a little bit of money on it. Just some thought. Because jobs are going to be scarce. So if you don't start getting in the mindset of how do I make money now, okay, and yes, I'm planning on selling them tech. Good. Hey, Occult, when you do decide to get the membership, there is a prompt in there that you can use for artificial intelligence, whatever chatbot you want, Grok or Chat GPT or any of the others, and you put in the parameter, like it's already got everything. You just fill in the blanks of like your background and stuff, and it will spit out things that you can do to make money online. and give you ideas that you would have never even thought about. Like I never even thought about the postcards until Bucknut said something, and then AI said it, and I was like, okay, apparently, yeah. Also other things that I found and stuff like that. Found your channel is kind of interesting. Well, essentially, although I was talking about homelessness, I was on trail. And that's I think as much as I thought I was talking about homelessness and prepping and stuff, because I was kind of the crowd that got to me, I was also a lot of the trail enthusiasts were following me. I like hot up, damn tuck should be like he has an extra chromosome at normal speed. So, really? Thanks. Um, hello. Hey, what's up, Edward? Okay. So, mm, uh, let's see. Yeah, I sound like having okay, let's see. I wonder how yeah, like I said, it's because like I was hiking trail all the way up there. That time when I was in Chattanooga. So I gotten rid of my bike, started on the Florida Trail, made the Alabama Road Walk, was on the Pinhoti, got to the Georgia side, got sick, ended up in the hospital. Um, got dropped off in Chattanooga, met somebody. He was showing me around town, kind of that he was the guy that got me into Linux and stuff like that. And the next laptop I get is going to be Linux, for sure. He sold me on Linux so much. And if you're going to be an off-grid rebel, you need Linux, not Windows. Windows has no security features. Happy Easter, by the way, guys. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's Easter on Sunday. Mm. So looks like you guys are enjoying. Who here is going to be celebrating Easter like with friends and family, and who here is just going to be staying home, watching TV? Um, Kubuntu, huh? Um, okay. Happy Easter. Okay, enjoying the day. I will go to the greenhouse probably and look at the plants and flowers. Nice. Okay. Um. Okay. So one of the Home Alone. Okay. Well, Sunday I'm gonna probably do a random live because the weather's gonna be good. I need to start digging me a hole. Linux is my favorite Peanuts character. Uh, that's funny. Mm. But yeah, anyways. I gotta keep taking a deep breath because my brain is going. People talk to me on the phone and they're like, "Dude, you're you even more spastic off camera than you are on camera." Shit, because my brain just doesn't stop. That's part of the reason why I don't sleep. Happy Easter! Wish my daughter and grandson were here for Easter. Well, Edward, um, what about doing a face chat with them? Um, yeah, she knew you were gonna mess with her, Bucknut, so she exited early. Uh, By the way, when you're on that face chat with your grandkids and you got a cup like this, just go, just so that they can have enough time to read it. But it's almost in cursive, or at least to them it may look like cursive, so they may not even be able to read it. I've got work on Easter, gonna miss my family, get together. Oh man, that sucks. What do you do that makes you work on Easter? Good night, Beth, by the way. She's like Homer Simpson backing into the shrub, pretty much. You know, I can't wait until I can afford certain assets. Because assets like that, and there's a couple other things that I want that are like common that I would like to be able to just like put up on the screen and like uh just as like little funny memes and stuff like that. Maybe even have some user stuff. Big retail warehouse store. I drive forklift and do other stuff. But isn't retail kind of on the going down? I figured that they'd give you a day off just because they ain't got enough stuff going on. I mean, everybody's short on everything. I'm surprised they're not giving you the day off. I should probably use paid time off though and spend time with my family. Yeah, because your job will be there tomorrow. Your family, that's probably the most important thing you'll ever have. Is doing record profits. I don't know. Is it okay to even ask what store you do it for? because it's probably like Dollar General, Walmart, or Costco. Um, because those are the big ones that are doing really good. But mm, I'm surprised that you guys that like retail. Hmm. Beth seems like a good people. Oh, she's great people. The letter one you mentioned. Oh, oh, okay. Dollar General. Okay, yeah. Okay, we were slammed busy, but that can change at any time with the trade war. Aerospace is potentially going to get hit hard. Oh yes, especially with those Boeing with Boeing, and I think that's like I said. I think that's why Trump and Xi Jinping are having talks now. He's being open. Yeah, we're having talks. He didn't say Xi Jinping approached me. He didn't say I approached Xi Jinping. He left it open to interpretation of who approached who. But if you look at the way everything happened, there's no I'm willing to bet because Trump is a businessman and he's trying to protect business, and he's going to do what he can to mitigate the risk on business because he knows how big of a role it plays in our economy. But I think on some sense he's just got to he's kind of got to sit there and say, look, Boeing, you've had so many blunders. It's about time that you go away anyways. We need to stop subsidizing you. Boeing has gone to shit. Oh shit. Oh crap! I'm sorry about that, Bucknut. Not trying to talk bad about your people, but I mean, Boeing has had quite a few blunders over the last few years. Um, I know the 747 Max was a big thing, and like that I thought Boeing would never recover from that, honestly. But they seem to just keep plugging along. They put out a whole line of plane. People bought it and couldn't even use it because it was defective, and they were blaming it on their workers. Um, Costco is always busy, even when stuff is bad. Yeah, well, of course, because you get bulk discounts. That's the whole reason. It's like going to a warehouse. Yeah, Tommy. Also, other places I've worked, like UPS and Publix, are busy as heck, especially holidays. Well, I guess yeah, it is Easter, isn't it? With Easter, but as soon as Easter dies down, I mean, but prices are going up, wages are going down. I'm just surprised that people are able to keep up with this. So let's see here. Um, didn't Boeing get the contract for the new F-47? Oh, 737 Max, not 747. Um, I work in that program quite a bit. Well, then what happened? Why were the workers like if you got um let's see here. Um, because that was the whole thing is it was being blamed on manufacturers, on lazy workers that weren't checking their work and stuff like that. Because at least that's what I heard, and I was like, well, that seems kind of odd. That happened, and especially in that type of industry, they should be paying their people enough to be doing stuff like that. So I'm kind of curious about it. I know this is a recession now because Walmart lines to checkout are short. Really? You'd think that they'd be long. Mm. Not going to go into it here. We can talk offline. Yeah, I'll message you probably in the next day or two. Because yeah, tonight I'm gonna be going to bed early. Samantha, go. I'll message you in the next day or two about it. Yeah, because yeah, all I know was what was put out, and I was like, because yeah, just my opinion. But yeah, um, okay. Well, everything doesn't make sense as usual. Yeah. I know there's a recession. Okay. Um, all right, guys. So we are getting up near the hour and a half mark. Those of you that haven't subscribed, I'd like to encourage you to subscribe. Those of you that would like to join in the raffle, come on over to Patreon and get double tickets, and maybe your next month's membership will be free. So I mean, that's a heck of an investment. So, anyways, thanks for being here, guys, and I will see you. What is today? Friday? I will see you guys Sunday, probably afternoon your time, doing a live stream working in the yard. Thanks for being here, guys.